Hello, brave, beautiful, beloved soul friends. Greetings from Pookie Bear and I to you on this beautiful healing journey day. Thank you for being here, beloved soul friends, and thank you for being you. Today we're going to talk about the neurobiological core causalities of borderline personality disorder, something that is not known in the world yet, but it will be. It is time for the mental health care system to up-level and be revolutionized through neurobiological understandings of the unconscious mind. Our time for great expansion is now, because the truth is that every single mental health battle has a neurobiological explanation. Every single battle is real and valid and has neurobiological core causalities. From this renewed space of understanding, we can realize that there is no such thing as an incurable mental health battle. It does not exist. Because once we understand the neurobiological core causalities of each particular type of internal struggle, we can understand new healing modalities and routes of restoration by rewiring the neural networks generating these automated styles of personal experience. So every single mental health battle, no matter what it is, has a neurobiological explanation, a core causality that is rooted in the science of the brain and the body system and how things are wired to allow us to navigate through life. And from that space of renewed understanding, not only are these struggles validated, but brand new healing modalities are possible. And things that are considered to be incurable right now, we realize there's no such thing as an incurable mental health battle. And from that space of understanding core causalities and having this revolutionary hope, we can create effective routes of healing, and that will allow for healing to unfold rapidly. Something that would otherwise be a 10 to 20 year recovery path with some of the styles of healing availabilities that currently exist could be reduced to a few months or a couple of years. So without further ado, let's dive into it. What is causing borderline personality disorder from a neurobiological backdrop of the unconscious mind? Hello, beloveds. My name is Kristin Windsor. I am a consciousness consultant, and I thrive in exploring the unconscious mind. Neurobiology colliding with consciousness is my specialty. So what is causing borderline personality disorder? Before we can understand the neurobiological core causalities of borderline personality disorder, we got to understand a few things about the neuroscience of the unconscious mind. So let's dive into that, and then we'll groovy on down to some more detailed specifics on this topic. Neuroscience has discovered a few really important things about memory, and this is all fairly recent, so we're all just here evolving together, which is a beautiful time to be alive. First, memory is all about associations. Memories don't take the whole picture of something and put it in a neat, cozy little box. Instead, there's these abstract, energetic particulars, and they create associations based on different styles of coupling. Coupling is a way to describe the connectivity of memory data pieces. And so harmonious coupling is when two memory pieces are like, hi, I'm this piece of information. Hi, I'm this piece of information. Let me share what I know. Let me share what I know. Da, 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 beautiful connective communication and collaboration. And then there's overcoupling, where there are too many associations. And then it's kind of like two people just screaming at each other, like, rah, 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 rah. Nothing's actually being effectively communicated. There's just a whole lot of noise. That's what happens when there's overcoupling of memory data pieces. Undercoupling is when two pieces have no connections at all. There's no associations. There's too few associations. And so this piece is over here like, I have this piece of information. And then this piece is over here like, I have this piece of information. And that's it. They don't know about each other. There's no way for them to communicate. And so this is what causes a majority of mental health battles, is different styles of undercoupling and overcoupling of memory data pieces. That's the first thing we got to know. Memory is about associations, and it's abstract, energetic particulars having different styles of coupling or communicative connectivity for collaboration of internal information through neurobiological energetic flows of the unconscious mind. Okay, so first, memory, all about associations. very abstract, energetic, and automatically occurring. It's not the way that we consciously associate stuff. There's some form of logicality and explicit linearity and things like that. The unconscious mind does not work that way. It's all about vibrational frequency. Much more abstract, much more energetic, much more expansive, and yeah. The second thing we got to understand about memory systems is that the majority of our memories are unconscious. We go through life and we have some access to explicit conscious memories. Like you're at the grocery store and you're like, okay, I need milk, honey, and eggs. And you got the shopping list in your brain. You're accessing an explicit declarative memory, a conscious memory. And then you're going through the grocery store and you run into someone you know and you're like, oh my goodness, hey, I haven't seen you since that party last year. How have you been? Yeah, remember that? That was such a crazy time. And you swap some details about this thing that occurred a year ago. That's an example of an explicit autobiographical or episodic memory, a conscious memory. But the majority of our memories are unconscious, meaning, one, we cannot get there intentionally. If we try to be like, let me reach in and pull out this specific implicit memory, we can't do it. We can't do it. Implicit memories are unconscious, explicit memories are conscious. So you can't reach in and grab an implicit memory by trying. The second thing about unconscious memories is that you have no idea when they're actively contributing to your personal life experience. You could be encountering a collage of projections from unconscious memories, and you would have no idea about it because it feels like it's just your current experience, because there's no understanding that these pieces of personal experience now are actually coming from activation of implicit memories occurring unconsciously. So we can't get there by trying. We can't get to these implicit memories by trying. And when they're being activated and contributing to our personal life experience in the current moment, we have no idea about it. So first, memory is about associations. Second, most of our memories are unconscious. Third, memory systems are all about navigating through life. Memories, neurobiologically speaking, do not care about the past. Neurobiologically speaking, our memory systems could not care less about what has happened. That's not their purpose for existing. And this is extraordinarily important to understand if we are going to understand any type of mental health battle or experience. Memory systems are all about navigating the current moment and projecting the potentials of future moments. Memory systems are our navigational guidance, but it's occurring unconsciously. Memories are unconscious navigational guidance systems. The purpose of memories has nothing to do with the past, everything to do with interpreting our now and projecting the potentials of nows to come. That's the neurobiological purpose of memory systems. Okay, so when something's happening in our unconscious memory system data, there's these various ignitions of particles of information. It's not a piece of our unconscious mind being like, oh yeah, there was that one thing that happened. No, our unconscious mind is like, this must be what's happening right now. This must be what to expect in the moment to come. That's what's happening when there's activation of these unconscious memory systems. Memories are our navigational guidance through life. And if most of our memories occur unconsciously and we have no idea when they're being activated, then unconscious memories are unconsciously, or implicit memories are unconsciously guiding us through every moment of our lives. And we have no idea that the way that we're experiencing ourselves and the interpretations of current moments are coming from projections of pieces of information that occurred in the past. But what occurred in the past is all about associations, so it's not necessarily stored accurately. There's expansive room for error. Expansive room for error within the filing of our memory system data. Okay? The fourth thing we need to understand about memory systems that neuroscience has fairly recently discovered is that 80% of decision making, 80%, that's a big amount. That's more than a passing grade. That's a large number. It's the majority. 80% of decision making directly stems from implicit procedural memories existing and operating beyond all direct awareness. 80%. So when you open the refrigerator and you go to choose what to eat for breakfast, or whatever meal of the day, if you don't eat breakfast, at most, at best, if your prefrontal cortex is lit up like a wildfire, if everything is working optimally, at most, only 20% of your decision will be conscious. And if there's any form of dysregulation, then even less of that will be conscious. For example, if you're moving through life and your prefrontal cortex keeps shutting down because of unconscious traumatic stress activations, then 0% or maybe 5% of decision making is occurring consciously. The rest is being decided by implicit procedural memories housed beyond awareness. We absolutely need to understand this if we are going to understand anything about mental health. We are at a point of revolutionizing global understandings about mental health from a new neurobiological understanding of the unconscious mind. And these 4 pieces of information help bring us to a little starting point where we can start to understand this stuff a little bit better, okay? So 4 things. Memories are about associations. Most of our memories are unconscious. Memories are our guidance systems through life, but it's occurring unconsciously, and it's all about abstract energetic associations made unconsciously. And 80%, or maybe more if our prefrontal cortex is not having an ability to engage, 80% of decision making is automatically dictated by implicit procedural memories. 0 to 20% of choices are conscious. What on earth does this have to do with borderline personality disorder? I'm so glad you asked. Let's dive into it, soul friends. What does it mean to have a personality disorder? And just to be clear, this is all talking about neurobiological wiring. You are not your neurobiological wiring. You are consciousness, which means that you are not disordered. There's just a little disorder in the neurobiological data of your unconscious mind, which can be healed and rewired if you so desire to move through that route of experience. So you are never disordered. It is not you who has the disorder. It's neurobiological wiring in the body that's influencing styles of personal experience. So neurobiologically, what's happening is there's all of these collections of pieces of data within subconscious realms or the unconscious mind. Most of it is pieces of unconscious memory data. And that is actually projecting energetic information that's producing your uniquely individualized sense of self and interpreting abstract particulars of life into personal life experience. And what happens when there's battles inside is that this neurobiological data does not have harmonious coupling. Within pieces of memory system data, there's difficulties in communication because there's too many associations or there's too few associations. So what's happening, neurobiologically speaking, within experiences of borderline personality disorder is that within the unconscious mind, there are all of these collections or clusters of subconscious data that don't have effective communication with one another. And so you might be over here in an experience of consciousness where your sense of self and automated interpretations of life experience are coming from this cluster of neural networks or this collection of subconscious data. And then some form of stimulus comes in, and suddenly your life experience is coming from this cluster of neural networks or this collection of subconscious data. And because there's not proper communicative connections and opportunities for collaboration between these pieces of unconscious data or subconscious data, there's disruption within the energetic flows of the unconscious mind. And then maybe your experience only comes from here, here, or maybe your experience only comes from here, or maybe part of your experience is here and part of your experience is here, but they're not lining up. They're creating different types of experience because the information is different and distinct, and it's not able to communicatively collaborate with one another. And so memory data is filed on top of attachment data, which means that the fulfillment of attachment needs automatically determines how effectively experiential elements are processed into pieces of memory data, okay? And so when there's not fulfillment of attachment needs, then experiential elements from that moment go in and get processed, and they don't have harmonious coupling. There's overcoupling and or undercoupling, causing miscommunications or disconnections within pieces of energetic flow of this subconscious data, okay? And then if there's chronic unfulfillment of these attachment needs, then moment after moment after moment after moment after moment after moment after moment is getting filed away in a way that's disorganized within the energetic flows of subconscious realms. And then what happens, okay, here's the thing, soul friends, here's the thing. Because memory systems are about helping us navigate through life, they're constantly trying to help fulfill attachment needs. So one corner of the unconscious mind is trying to fulfill the need for a felt sense of safety, security, protection, and provision. And there's a cluster of memory data projecting information to help navigate through life, striving to fulfill that attachment need and or survive its lack of fulfillment. And then over here, in a separate corner of the unconscious mind that does not have effective communicative connectivity and opportunities for collaboration with this region of the unconscious mind is striving to fulfill the attachment need for a felt sense of connection, support, collaborative community, and vulnerable closeness. And memory data is projecting information to help navigate through life, striving to fulfill that attachment need and or survive its lack of fulfillment. And so different information is being projected from different neural networks regarding the fulfillment of different attachment needs or the survival of unfulfillment of these needs. And so one part of consciousness might experience projections over here like, ooh, I want to call my friends and I want to socialize and I'm going to go out and I'm at the park and I'm just going to say hi to everybody. And I love being connected to the world. I love connecting with other people. I love just being social. I love feeling supported by everyone. I love sharing everything with everyone. I trust people and I love to share things and I love to collaborate with people and I love to live in community with people and I love to feel supported and I feel supported when I'm like sharing myself super freely. And then different parts of consciousness are experiencing different projections regarding the felt sense of safety, security, protection, and provision. And so there's these other parts of consciousness, and the projected information that's helping to navigate through life says, don't share anything with anybody. It's not safe. Don't share anything with anybody. I need to feel secure in me. I need to feel secure here in me, and I feel secure when I keep to myself and I'm private and I don't share with people. When I walk at the park, my eyes stay to the ground and I do not let anybody into my bubble because I'm protecting myself. I provide for myself by being safe and secure in me, and I keep to myself. And so different parts of consciousness are experiencing different neurobiological projections regarding who the self is and how the self interacts with the world, providing this navigation through life from portions of neural network wiring that does not have the opportunity for effective collaboration or communication. We have over 100 trillion neural networks in our brain and even more in our body. That's a lot of pieces of information that are helping us navigate through life. And so if there's these clusters of information, like maybe there's like, 1 trillion neural networks over here. There's like 1 trillion neural networks over here. But those trillion don't have connection with this trillion neural networks, incomprehensibly large numbers. Then it's going to produce disruption within the sense of self and how the self navigates through life, because navigation through every moment is coming from memory systems. The only way that we know how to recognize anything or do anything is from projections of unconscious memory data. Without that, you wouldn't know what anything is. You'd wake up and be like, oh my God, what is this body? What is this? Like, I think a thought and then there's this thing and it's moving and I don't understand. Oh my God, the whole world is a scary place. Now, your ability to know this is a hand and it is connected with me and I use it to pick things up. Your ability to recognize or do anything comes from unconscious memories. And so if there's these portions of memory data that don't have connection with one another, and to navigate through life, they're striving to fulfill different attachment needs in different ways, it's going to produce disorganization or disorder within the sense of personality or how we encounter ourselves and the world around us. So the neurobiological core causality of borderline personality disorder is disruption within unconscious memory data as implicit pieces of information within our neurobiological wiring is striving to fulfill unmet attachment needs and or survive their lack of fulfillment by projecting alternate pieces of navigation through life. Memory systems are all about associations. Most of them exist unconsciously. Memories are how we navigate through life in current moments and potentials of moments. Memory systems neurobiologically exist for life navigation. They don't care about the past. Memories do not care about the past. Memories are not about the past. It's all about navigating through the now and the potentials of the nows to come. And 80% of moment-by-moment decision-making, big and small, is mostly dictated automatically by projections of information from implicit procedural memories. And so if there's disruption in this memory data, then the way that we move about our choices are disrupted. You might be presented with a situation and this portion of neural network wiring says, do this, approach this. And this portion of neural network wiring says, do this, avoid this. And then suddenly there's all of these different automated things and you don't know which one's you and you don't know what's you and you don't know which way to go. And there's all these different choices and you don't even understand yourself. And then you make a choice and then a part of you's like, why did you do that? And then you make a different choice and this other part's like, why'd you do that? And there's all of this disruption with the way that the self is experienced and the world around the self is encountered because the navigational system isn't able to effectively communicate and collaborate within itself for optimal thrival. It's in a state of survival. That's the neurobiological core causalities of borderline personality disorder. These experiences are very valid, very real. There is a neuroscientific explanation. And from this renewed understanding, there is more opportunity to produce internal healing. Because once attachment needs are fulfilled through the creation of new implicit memory data, everything changes. The entire neurobiological applications of consciousness automatically generating the sense of self and interpretations of life shift towards a healthier, thriving space of being. Thank you so much for joining me for this Conversations with Kristin. It has been a blessed, sacred honor to connect with you and share this transcendent wisdom. It's a revolutionary time to be alive. If you would ever like to connect through a consciousness consulting call, I would be absolutely honored to serve as a healing journey guide so that you have all of the insight, clarity, understanding, guidance, and empowerment to fully reclaim authority within your unfolding storybook of life. You already possess the power to rewire your neurobiology, liberate all of your parts of consciousness, and transform your entire life experience from the inside out. It's simply a matter of learning how to tap into that power and feeling empowered into those infinite potentials. And that's exactly what I'm here for. You can book a session with me or find out more about who I am and what I do at KristinWindsor.com. I've also created a series of free gifts for you, beloved soul friends, a collection of super mega healing journey magics, gifts of love from my heart to yours because I want you to succeed in the direction of all your healing journey dreams. You can explore more at KristinWindsor.com/gifts. You can learn simple tricks for rewiring your brain easily in everyday life. You can have tools to help heal attachment systems. You can learn how to recognize activation of unconscious memory systems, a brand new neuroscientific discovery that I discovered during my case studies that I led the past couple of years. And there's lots of mega magic. So please feel free to explore that. KristinWindsor.com/gifts. Those links are both here in the video description below. Thank you so much for being here, beloved soul friends, and I will catch you in my next video. Have a beautiful and blessed day. Namaste. The love and light in my miraculous consciousness. See and honor the love and light in your miraculous consciousness. Infinite blessings, beloveds. And if you liked hanging out, if you learned something new, or if you just want to spread a little overall positivity in the world, I invite you to hit the like and subscribe button, the video and the channel. I really do appreciate your support here as I share my healing journey messages. The buttons are like, they're like down there, and there's this little like thumbs up arrow thingy that you can click, and then there's like this like red thing, and it's like subscribe, and then you click it, and then I'm like, woohoo! That's how that goes. So feel free to like click them buttons. All right, thanks, soul friends. I will see you next time. Have a beautiful, blessed, and glory-filled day.